If you've experienced a lot of childhood trauma, of just adult trauma, and you now have chronic gut issues, thyroid issues, autoimmune issues, a bunch of hormone imbalances like endometriosis or PCOS, if you've got all of these chronic issues, chronic fatigue issues, all these cognitive type issues, skin issues that won't seem to go away, you're probably missing a big piece of the puzzle. And I wish I had known this so much earlier in my own healing journey with thyroid issues, cortisol issues, autoimmunity issues, gut issues, chronic fatigue, inflammatory issues, like issues with hair, skin, and nails, with hormones. I was in perimenopause before the age of 30, and it took many, many years for me to put this together. And if your body's in a state of chronic fight or flight, and listen, like, you may not even realize this, because if this has been most of your life, it seems normal to you. Normal to be just stressed all the time. Like, you just handle things really well. You're good at adapting and, just managing all kinds of stresses. And your body's also not good at it, because you wouldn't be experiencing these chronic symptoms if everything was going well. And I mean, you could be eating the most perfect diet. You could be taking, all of the supplements, like doing all of the technical right things. But if your nervous system is still dysregulated, if you're holding on to all of this trauma, if you're stuck in a state of fight, flight, freeze, it is going to be almost impossible to really heal. And more importantly, and this is the bigger issue that I see, staying healed. And this is one of the biggest issues as to why people continue to have so many flares and recurrent issues. And for me, I did too. I did all of the elimination diets. I took all of the supplements. I did all of the things that you're supposed to do. Even once I figured out my big root causes, which, it took me years to figure out, to have people stop symptom managing me and my SIBO and my thyroid issues, and look at the bigger picture here. But I was still getting flares. I was still getting EBV flares. I was still getting thyroid flares, like autoimmune flares. I was still crazy cortisol dysregulation issues. And one of the biggest reasons is because I was still stuck in this chronic state of fight, flight, or freeze, because I have a long history of trauma, especially early childhood trauma. I scored very high on the ACEs test, and so I know so do many of you. And if you're not familiar, go look ACE, the Adverse Childhood Experiences Test. Go take that right now. If you score above a 2 or above, it's probably contributing. And if you don't address this, it's going to be so challenging to heal. And this is why it's such a big pillar in our practice, that yes, we look at nutrition, we look at lifestyle, we look at movement. Yes, we do use targeted supplementation while addressing bigger causes, not symptom managing. But another pillar is nervous system regulation and trauma healing, because we know you're not going to see massive results and long-term results without that piece and without addressing that piece. And a lot of practitioners, a lot of people in the holistic health space don't do this, or only focus on this. I also think that's a terrible idea, to only focus on that. I think you need a combination of all of this. This is why we have a very high success rate in our practice in healing. This is why I have undetectable autoimmunity after being diagnosed with Hashimoto's, among many other issues. This plays such a big role. And if you're avoiding this work, I get it. It's hard. It's a lot of work. It's not as simple as taking a pill to try and fix things. You've got to really look inside and start doing some deeper inner work and self-reflection, and learning how to be present, learning how to feel safe in your own body, which if you've never felt safe in your body, man, it's a wild ride to try and get there, but I can tell you it is way worth it. So if you are tired of dealing with symptoms, of dealing with all of these things, if you've made all the diet and lifestyle changes, or you're just getting started, please look at this piece. And if you need help with this, we look at all of these pieces all together, because we know how important they are when pieced together, looking at other big root causes and not symptom managing. We do offer free 30-minute consults. There's a link in our bio. We'd love to chat with you.